There's a difference between social prestige and wealth. Some people are extremely wealthy. Elon Musk, for example, cannot readily be said to have a lot of social prestige. In fact, he's really widely criticized and thought ill of by many people. The social prestige that's the connection between social prestige and wealth is not automatic. Sometimes wealthy people can be prestigious and have social prestige, but it's not automatic. People can also be socially prestigious, but not wealthy. Put some very early complex societies on very different courses of development. And understanding what are the circumstances that gave rise to these, to moving along these different pathways, helps us understand this dynamic of complicated relationships between wealth and prestige. Ritual differentiation is another really important thing in early complex societies, much more strongly developed in some than in others. And this helps us to understand what forces accelerate its development. Um, Another issue that we talk about in complex societies a lot is what I like to refer to as productive differentiation. It's more often called craft specialization, but productive differentiation is a somewhat broader thought that recognizes that people can dedicate themselves to different productive activities and produce goods that other people consume. And this intensifies an economic interaction of a particular sort. Um, and it's a yet another kind of differentiation that develops very strongly in some early complex societies. Okay, productive differentiation and wealth differentiation are especially strongly developed in some societies, and many of those societies are especially abundant among the early complex societies of Mexico. Further south, in Central America and Northern South America, it's much more common to find societies in which prestige and ritual differentiation are really strong, and productive and wealth differentiation are not as strongly developed. And that enables us to dig into the forces that are really at work, producing these kinds of differentiation and strengthening them. And that finally ought to give us some understanding of fundamental principles that will be useful to us in creating societies today that have the kind of shape we'd like them to have.